What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away. Burn away, we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Alright, we're back. Welcome. It was funny night last night. We did 24 laps of a 28 lap race and it all died, so we're redoing it again tonight. It's a late one, starting at 8:30, so we're about just over half an hour away. Going to put in a couple of practice laps now before we get started. Probably do, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, and then we'll look for the lobby and see if it's up, and we'll switch to that and do some practice in there as well. So let's get out there. So again, tonight we're in the Toyota 86, the Gr4, Group 4, and we're racing around Suzuka. And we're mandatory use of softs and mediums. I was asked a question yesterday. Actually, it was this morning, so I'll answer it for anyone who isn't aware. We're using racing softs. Racing softs are not the only softs available, obviously. You can have sport softs, but racing softs are the ones that are mandated for this league in this race, and we're racing on the soft tyres to do qualifying because it's the fastest tyre. It's the stickiest, most grippiest tyre, but it wears out the quickest. So in an endurance race like this, oops, a bit wide there. In an endurance race like this, not necessarily the best tyre to use for a long stint. So we also have the medium tyre that we have to use. So if I go in here, wrong one. Okay, so you'll see here, these are the different types of tyres that we can use. Comfort, it's like driving your own normal car, your normal sedan around the road. Sport is like having a premium road tyre. Then your racing tyres are your normal proper racing tyres, and then at the bottom you've got your wet tyres or your heavy wet tyres. There are light wets in real racing as well, but on this you've got heavy wets. So what does all that mean? Super soft is the softest tyre in racing that you can use, and that really is good for qualifying and maybe a 3-lap, 4-lap race, something like that. Apart from that, it's dead. Soft tyres, good for qualifying, good for flat out racing to about 8 laps, can be pushed out to anywhere from 10 to 12 depending on how hard you are on the tyres and depending on the circuit, your brake balance, everything else. Medium tyres, not as grippy. You lose maybe a second to 2 seconds a lap depending on the course, and they will last a lot longer. You can do, I mean, anywhere from say 12 laps racing all the way through to, you know, 16, 18 laps if you're going gently, but they're dead by that point. And then your hard tyres, well, they last and last and last, but there's just no grip in them. They're useless. It's all, a racing hard is like being on a similar to a maybe a sports medium, maybe a sports soft, somewhere in between that. There's not very much grip. Anyway, just wanted to show you that because I was asked the question. So we're going to get back out there now and do a bit of practice, try and stay on the track. We really don't have very long, so we have to get out there and get it happening. But I hope that explains tyres. And on the bottom left of the screen you can see the tyres and how quickly they're wearing. Last season we also had heavy damage, so if you crashed into someone or a fence, you'd blow your engine out and things like that, and that would show up down there on the bottom left. In the center of the screen at the bottom, you can see the map at the moment, the location of where my car currently is located on the track. Top right, you've got the full map of the track. But that center screen can be changed. So this is your fuel map, so you can change this if you're wanting to conserve fuel to make it longer. For instance, if you go flat out, burn up your fuel on your soft tyres, you might be lucky and get, you know, if you're going flat out, you might get 10 laps, but if you change your fuel map to 2 or 3 or 4, then you're using less fuel. Problem is, less fuel means less speed. So you're not going to get up to your top speed as well. So what some people will do is sit on fuel map 1 to get to the higher speeds, and when they get up into 6th gear and they're near the end of the line of the acceleration, they will then go up to fuel map 6. Oops, nearly missed the corner then watching that. And then when they've got to get back to speed, they'll go back down. But it's a lot of mucking around. And it depends on the wheel you're driving with as to how easy or hard that is. Some people have dials that make that quite simple. I've got a multi-directional dial, which it's not impossible to, not hard to do, but it's awkward when you're driving, when you're trying to race. This is your brake balance. So brake balance is shifting what's braking harder, your front wheels or your rear wheels. Now on a track like this with a lot of heavy curves, lots of curves, you're going to use up your front tyres. They're going to be taking the brunt of all of this grinding action here as the car pushes forward and the wheels are turned to try and go around a corner. They're grinding away, so you're going to use up your front tyres quicker. So when you hit your braking sectors, you shift the balance of the brake to the rear to try and use the rear tyres more for braking than the front tyres. That sharpens up your turning angle and uses less of your front tyres. If I change it to the front, it'll brake a lot quicker, but it's going to use up the front tyres very quickly, and you won't get around the laps you need to get around because they'll be eaten up. You can go in the center and have a balanced approach, but again on a track like this, a balanced approach won't work either because the track is too curved. There's not enough reprieve for the tyres to relax to be able to save them that way. Not driving very good tonight, am I? So I put it to the rear on this track. This is your datums. This is your information telling you how fast you're going through each of the sectors, how fast you're doing your laps, what your fastest time is, that sort of stuff. That helps you as a driver to realise if you're going too slow through a sector and if you're trying to get a good qualifying lap, if you're trying to hit a mark, if you've set yourself up a time and you know that if you go 2 minutes and 9 seconds per lap you're not going to burn up your fuel, well then this will help you hit that mark. You've also got the time up on the right hand side of the screen there for the full lap, but each sector is broken down here so that you as a driver know if you're falling away or doing well. That's your datum. This is what I think they call this the radar. So my car is the red triangle in the middle, and if there was other cars on track they would be blue coloured and they would show up on the radar so that I know as a driver how close cars are to me so that I don't knock into them and bump them off the track. apart from using the mirror, which is up the top of the rear view mirror, this is really good for when they're really close to you on the sides and you can't see them and you don't want to change your view to look to the side. So turn 1, lap 1, radar can be very handy. And we're back to the map which shows where the car currently is on the track. So for those of you who weren't aware, that's what it all means. A few of you is coming on board now. Yeah, I'll do my best. Thank you very much. Thank you for the support. Thanks, Boof. Thanks for the good luck. Unfortunately, there's no qualifying tonight, so we're going based off the positions we had last night. It will be a set grid based on last night's qualifying, so there's no chance of getting a better qualifying time, which is unfortunate because I was 4th in the first qualifying session, 5th in the second qualifying session, so it would have been nice to have another crack at it. But they determined it was going to be a fixed grid. They're going to set it themselves based on yesterday. And then we go straight 28 laps. That's all it is tonight. Just do the 28 laps, try and get through this as best we can and get a result. Okay, so it's now 8:05. I'll do a couple more laps before I look for the lobby, see if I can get my eye in on the track. So if you look down in the bottom left now, you'll see that there's a bit of red starting to show in the white of the tyres. That's the wear. That's showing you how much wear they've got. The more wear you've got, the less traction you've got, the slower you go. Best way to explain it. Quick enough on that hairpin. I need to get a little bit more acceleration out of that corner, I think. I'm not accelerating early enough. Difficult reading chat and driving at the same time. Look, we've gone wide, we're going to slide here. Take the safer route. Ease up. Hope I don't do that in the race. Good way to lose 3 or 4 seconds. This is why you try and practice before the race so that you get your eye in. Because I'm missing all the apexes at the moment. Still too wide. See, there's those 3 seconds I said I just lost. Ooh, very tight. Early on the accelerator then. Keep the revs up there. Compromises this corner a bit. Try a different line there next time, I think. It's still too slow. 56 isn't too bad, but it's still too slow. It's good for just pacing around, but not a very fast time. That was a better exit out of that hairpin. going into that corner too straight. I need to fix that up before the race. Too fast. Haven't done a good lap yet. 5 laps in. Time is it? 8:08. We're going to do the test race soon. I better start looking for the lobby. One more lap. Alright, tyres are a bit worn down now. 6th lap. 2:10.2. Try a different line through the top of the hill in a second. Different line through here. Go wide here. Bring it in. A little bit quicker. Still compromise the exit though. Not going way too wide there. Seconds off the pace. Definitely compromised grip now in those tyres, but you can see the wear. Going back to the conversation we had before, you can see the wear on the front tyres is significantly more than on the rear tyres, and yet we've got the brake balance all the way to the back. That shows you that these corners like this, where they're getting a lot of wear in the front tyre, is just grinding them away. Alright, that's enough. We'll go and have a look. It'll be fun to go racing. Queensland Devil Racer is the lobby host tonight. Broken Spoke was last night and it didn't work out, so they've changed hosts, so hopefully tonight we don't have the same dilemmas. It's interesting because during the qualifying and pre-racing, when you were going around the tracks, you could see there was a little bit of a glitch. People were going off the track and then they were showing back up on the track. So they weren't really going off the track, it was just a glitch in the system. So kind of had a feeling it was going to go. I just didn't expect it to go on lap 24 when the race is nearly finished. It would have been better if it went on like lap 1 or lap 2 or something. So let's hope it doesn't happen again tonight. Hello everybody. Let's go and practice. Each lobby feels different when you get in here, so it's good to get out and have a bit of a practice. I always find that it feels different. Could just be me, but it's always good when you come out of pits to check and see if anyone's coming down the main straight so you don't wipe them out. Then feels like we're in qualifying, it's so sharp. I wonder what the settings are. So we're in the race lobby now, we just got to wait for the practice race and the real thing. We're about 16 minutes away from the official race start time. It is a late one, 8:30 p.m. is the start time that we're looking for. Let's go and start our first real practice lap. Oh, didn't do that too well, did I? Ruined that. Front tyres were protesting quite badly. Went in just a little bit too hot. Bring them up a little bit. I don't know if you can see it on the stream, but I'm getting a little bit of an artifact where the road's chattering. So the corners look closer than they are, and then all of a sudden they're not. Well, that was supposed to be a fast lap, but I've ruined it, so we go again. It's all just practice, it doesn't mean anything. So the front tyres take a hiding there. And even though the brake bias is on the back there, it's such a hard brake, the front's taking a bit of a punishment there as well. To 11, nice and slow. See if we can keep it together this time. That felt better. That was definitely in a better position. Too bad. A little bit slow out of there again. A little bit slow, I think, maybe on that corner. Didn't go out as far as I should have. Didn't use all the road. When you don't use all the road, it usually means you're going a bit too slow. tyres are older, but still. Ooh, caught it back up again, that's good. Well, we're at 8:20 and they haven't done a practice race yet. I don't know if they're going to or not. They normally do to check to make sure the lobby's working properly. Lucky to pull that one up. Dirty tyres and all. Still not a bad time considering the little bit of forward driving we just did. We'll go again in a second. Someone's coming down the straight behind me. Is it going to be close enough? Nope. Just settling myself down now, ready to get back into conservation mode because we have to be conservative with the fuel and the tyres now. It's an Enduro, not necessarily just going flat out. So before, when we were talking about changing this one, the fuel map, instead of changing the fuel map, the other thing you can do is just change up gears a lot earlier. So for instance here, so I changed it before it hit changing it before it hits full revs. You don't go quite as fast, depending on the car you're in. See, I'm only up to 280 milli there, yeah. But what it does is it saves you a lot of fuel without using fuel map. Let's go and do a good lap again. We're on the accelerated very early on, which was good. Kept a lot of speed through there, which was good. Sector, that's good. Just lost a bit of time then. Slid too much. I could hear the tyres protesting as we went out to the right. Too fast. got around the corner, but we lost a lot of time then. Yeah, see? Because I missed the apex, I had to keep the brakes on. Hey Sandra, thanks for tuning in again. Not sure if you saw the part before this. If you haven't, feel free to go back and watch it later. I put a explanation in there for you about the tyres, etc. We're due to start in about 5 minutes. Not sure what's happening at the moment. At the moment we're all just practicing. Madriski's on fire again tonight with a 208. God knows why I got a blue flag there. No one was behind me. 210, almost flat. Bit slow. Here we go, K-Boy's going to slow up for me. Thanks, K-Boy. It's an important point when you come out of pits. You can't come out and disturb the people that are on the track itself. So that was very good by K-Boy, just waiting there in the pit line. He's allowed to go to the end of the pit line itself, the white line in the middle of the road, and join the track. Just not meant to cross that white line and come in front of an oncoming car, I guess is the point. Yeah, we're going to have a one lap practice, 2-minute wait, and then it's race time. Yeah. The reason why we do this 1 lap race is it lets the person who's running the lobby check to make sure everyone's got a good connection and hopefully prevent what happened last night. So here we go. Time for a race. And for the benefit of those who are new to motorsport, this is called a grid start, so we're stopped. Some starts are done as a rolling start. A lot of the daily races are rolling starts. Here it's a grid start, so if you move before the lights go out, it's a false start and you get a 3.5 second penalty. So we put the line lock on here to hold the car. We accelerate up and we release as soon as the lights go out. You can also use a brake pedal if you want to. Broken Spoke is behind me. He just had a moment by the looks of it. Old teammate Madriski. Whoop. Got a little bit too much slide out of that corner then. Someone's left the room, that's not good. That might mean that there's a glitch. Tyres are still very, very slippery on this lap. They haven't warmed up. It's only a 1 lap race though. Yeah, that's what that was when I saw Broken Spoke have that glitch. He literally drove through Hippo this. Hippo this is just joined again. So Hippo this must have had some sort of an issue. Unfortunately, I won't be starting in this position in the race tonight because it'll be based off the qualifying from the night before. So I'll be starting in 5th, I think. Good lap though. Good start to the night. Get a 2nd place in a 1-lap race. Hey MJ, nice to see you on, mate. Good to see you. No ninja dogs tonight, eh? Get to watch me and see if I can hold it together. Thanks everyone for joining tonight. It's an unusual night, Monday night, for us to be racing, but still good to see you all. Alright, like I've said before, this is an enduro, so got to look after the tyres, look after the fuel, go with the long plan, the long game, not the fastest out of the blocks race like that just was then, even though it wasn't the fastest. Yay, 2nd. If only it meant something. So that was just the test. Now we'll have a short break, 2 minutes, and then it's race time, 28 laps. If you didn't join last night, I'll tell you now, we're at Suzuka. Suzuka is a great track in Japan, it's good for Formula 1. It's a very flowing track. It's a technical track because there are some very heavy braking areas, but overall it's a track with smooth flowing lines. People who fail to do well on this track are those who over accelerate the corners and try to take too much speed into one corner, which compromises the next corner. You've got to go flowing like a snake through the center if you can. Easier said than done, I know, but that's what you got to do. Let's go out of pits and have a look. So Queensland Devil Race looks like he's going to start on mediums. He's going to change it up a bit. I thought about doing that, but I don't know. I'll stick to the game plan, similar to last night. Another thing for those of you who are new, when you're behind someone like this, they're dragging you along, so you're going a lot faster, so you have to brake earlier and think about it a lot earlier. He's got the inside line, so I'm going to have trouble here. So I'll tuck in behind to get his slipstream again. Take the inside line. Still holding it there. Alright, race is about to begin. That was for a bit of fun, everybody. Okay, wish me luck. This is the real thing now. Am I nervous? Yes. Do I want to do well? Yes. Did I do well last night? Not necessarily. So starting in 5th. People are revving. They don't care to chew up their fuel. Sitting here now, if you're revving, you're burning up a lot of fuel. So that's why everyone's quiet. Oh, good start. We got away cleanly. Got a run here. Can we hold it? I pulled in behind him. I didn't want to have an accident there on lap 1, turn 1. Now we've got to try and stay in this slipstream and play the long game. tyres are cold, so the car's sort of slippery everywhere here. He's got that glitch again, he's all over the place. I think Broken Spoke's got a glitch again because I keep going in and out of him. If we stay in the slipstream, we'll save fuel as well, which is why it's a good idea to stay here. Got a bit of slide then, lost the toe. Had to use a bit more fuel then than I wanted to catch back up. It's alright, we should get around this bend here, alright. Some people must have left racing room. Right, lap one. Few to go. A little bit of a moment then. Tyres went out on the back, still not quite warmed up. This had a bit of a slide, I had a bit of a slide. It was a good time though. You got out of there better than I did then. I lost time then. I didn't want to bump into him. How far behind him? Oh, I'm out of this slipstream. Got to catch up again. Bump. Good work. Thank you. That was a very close moment. We've fallen behind a bit, but it's okay. We haven't completely lost them. So we can get a better run out of here. This is better. We are falling behind though. Just don't have the speed that they've got, unfortunately. Might overcook that corner again. broken spoke wants to get past. Which is fair enough. It was... I am a bit slow at the moment, I guess, but... trying to save a bit of fuel. I stuffed that up then, by the way. I only just saved it. I was very lucky for broken spoke to not have hit me. I've got a compromised run here. Off the lead now by 2.4 seconds. This is not a good thing. Just got to be careful with my back wheels. So I keep going too wide sometimes there. That was a better corner. Much better corner. Now we're starting to make up some time. Not on the guys in front, but on the guys behind. Lost a lot of time there then. That last corner, I just can't seem to get the speed through there. .209s are still good times. Like, I'm not complaining, but it's not good watching the guys in front taking off. You never know, they might be using more fuel. You might be able to catch them in the pits. Depends on their strategies when they come in and all that sort of stuff. So it's a long race. Just hold on. Broken spokes caught back up again now. It's a long race though. We hang in there. Just try and hit the marks. Oh, that's not good. That was an unneeded little slip. Now I've got a car right next to me on the inside, ripped up. Who's going to take this corner? Or is he going to slip in behind? No, it's going to be a fight. he chose to back out, which under the circumstances was probably a good idea. So broken spoke was on my 6, now I'm on broken spoke 6. That's okay. That last corner, for some reason I just don't get the right brake balance on my foot to make that corner properly. Made up some time then. I lost a bit there. Rip Doc's coming. I don't know why I've got such a slippery rear end. He's got a better exit. Rip Doc's got a far better exit. Only 1.6 seconds to the next person behind me, so really don't want any more people catching up, do I? Terrible. That was terrible driving. I feel like I've got no grip in the front now. And again, only just made that. Lost how long? Nearly half a second I lost then. Fronts are definitely going. And I'm definitely driving poorly. Sorry if I'm quiet, guys. I'm really concentrating here at the moment. That was a very compromised exit. Very compromised exit. Jesus. Oh, come on, man. You serious? left room. I think he's had a bit... He's lost some places now. I was on the outside, but I did leave room there, so... Sorry, Youth Realistic, mate. You didn't have to pull up. I would have come back on the track behind you. You wouldn't have had to worry too much. .7 seconds in front of us now. .5 seconds behind. It's K-Boy. Youth Realistic dropped all the way down to 8th. That wasn't good. Ooh, that was flirting with death. Alright, go and get our mediums. Thanks, MJ. Late night, probably going to bed. Wow. Wasn't a bad start. Conserved a lot of fuel. We did fairly well. Lost a lot of time, had a few little offs which wasn't great, but anyway, we're back in it again, so let's go. Just got to take it a little bit easy while we're on these new mediums, warm them up a bit so we don't crash. It's still faster than what the end of those softs were, but you've still got to be very careful. See where Ridgerisky and Ripdock end up going in. They're in there, okay. We'll try and get some good clean air time here. There's no one around us. The gap now. There's Queensland Devil Racer, so we've come out closer to him, that's nice. Need to save as much fuel as possible here because we're we need to save fuel here because we're on the mediums, so we've got to try and run them as long as we can. Be good if I could get close enough to stay in his slip. I wouldn't try and overtake him. There's that cramp I got last night just come back to bite me. That wasn't good at all. Really don't need that cramp. It's wide again then. Who's in there? Oh, I dug at a blue flag. No one behind me. No one in front here, is there? No. Okay, good. Just trying to look after these tyres and the fuel at the moment. Not trying to race anybody. Just try and hit the mark. Have some good laps. And some solid times. Hopefully I missed that apex by about 10 feet. I'm falling off Queensland Devil Racer, but I don't know what tyres he's on. Nor do I know what strategy he's on. Whether he's trying to conserve fuel or not. So we'll just stick to the game plan. Circulate like this. See where we come out at the end. It's the next pit stop's the most important one. Yeah, really not doing well on that last corner. Someone must have crashed. There's 4 seconds between me and the person behind. I'm pretty sure they're closer than that. Two 2:10's alright. 2:10's a good time. That's alright. If I can keep that up, I'll be happy. I'm just trying to be gentle to the tyres. I don't want to eat them up. Nor do I want to eat up the fuel too much. But also got to try not to lose too much time in that process. We made up some time on that hairpin then. We actually had a better exit. It's good to see. And they lost it all again on that one, I think. Oh no, we're catching up. No, losing it again. Still got a good lead between us and the one behind. It's just in front that's the issue. He's gotten away really quite well. I'm just going to keep working on trying to hit the numbers, hit the marks. Save the fuel, save the tyres. Be there at the end. That was a faster lap that time, so that's good. The tyres are coming in. That was a good lap. 0.5 off my best time. So 5/10 off 2:09 laps, pretty good. He beat me on that corner that time. 5 seconds behind us. We're about to start lap 15 in a second. Bit slow, that one. Still a 210, so can't be too unhappy, but it was a little bit slower. 6.5 laps, lap 15. Yeah, that's good. That's very good. You definitely feel the tyres are starting to let you know that they're not 100%, but they're still okay for now. So I haven't abused them. 0.7 is pretty good. Not as good as 0.5. I was playing with danger then. I keep slowing down on that corner too much, but I slowed down because of last night where I went and did a bit of a full drive trip across the sand and petrified of doing it again tonight. Missed the apex. Very poor exit. Oh. Cramping again. Missed that again. It's alright. Lap's a little bit slower, as we expect with the tyres going off. 10.6 is faster. I would have sworn that was slower. Had to brake a little bit extra then because I went off the track. Or nearly went off the track, I should say. Alright, let's push a little bit now. Queensland Race is only 6 seconds in front of us now, so we're being far too conservative is what that tells me, because we've just let him get away. But again, I don't know whether he's going to be pitting again shortly. Drisky's still in the lead, good on him. Too slow again. Smurf's in the pit, so he's doing a... What's he doing? One stop. Or did he go in before? That's interesting. 17. Oh, he's had an accident. He's had an off. Probably burned his tyres out. That was a bit dirty. Alright, that was a bit of racing there, people. You saw that. Pretty sure he's gone off behind me now. He's overdone his tyres. He's cooked them too much when he was racing away and getting a 6-second lead from me. My tyres aren't cooked, so I'm still going. I've still got grip and I've still got fuel, which is the most important thing when you're racing, I guess. My tyres are getting towards the end of their life, admittedly. We've only got maybe 2 laps, so I'll go 2 more laps, I think. So I think I can stay faster on the mediums than I would on the softs when they get old. 9-second gap now. And growing. Much better race tonight. Okay, this is going in. .8 is still okay on these tyres, that's excellent. I mean, no way in the lead. Just because it says I'm in first doesn't mean anything. I've got a nearly 8-second lead, but the guy behind me is coming out on soft tyres, and I've still got a pit, so I'm still way down the order. I've got to burn some fuel here and try and get the best possible run down this straight. And now our softs will be newer for longer than the other guys, is their hope. That was nice. Alright, softs. Yeah, the car's going past now. It drops me down. Come on, pit lane, it's too slow. Let's go, let's go. Gotta hit this fuel. Come on, boys, push it in, push it in. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Good. Got to make this first lap and the second lap as fast as possible. But got to be careful because the tyres are green, slippery. Careful not to burn up too much fuel as well. So far so good. That was a good start. That was a very good start. It's a big gap between me and the leaders though. Very big gap. Drisky's still in first, Hippo this in second, Ripdoc in third, Broken Spoke in fourth, but I don't think he's pitted his last pit yet. Could be wrong. Alright, let's go. Let's put in a ripper. 8 laps of fuel remaining. Perfect. Oh, that's good. I can burn up the fuel then. Yeah, 56 isn't too bad. Should be a bit quicker though. It's hard to adjust again after you've just had to go slower on softer tyres that are not as grippy. So at the end of this lap, we'll start lap 23, which means we have 6 laps to complete at that point. So if we cross the finish line here with 6 laps, which we will, because we've got 7 laps of fuel available, so we've got plenty of fuel to burn a little bit extra to do some catch up. Let's do it. Oh, that was a pretty good lap. Would have been better if it was faster. Tenth down. Nearly 11-second lead on Queensland Devil Racer, so that's good. Broken Spoke's ahead of us and he's well ahead. I thought he still had another pit to do, but I'm obviously wrong. brake marker board removed has really changed the dynamics of where I'm braking there, which isn't good. That's still a good lap, 209. As long as I'm circulating in 209s, I'm happy. That was some weird braking then. Back end wanted to go out. .3 down's bad. That means I went through there terribly. So 5th is where I was going to finish last night by the looks of it. At this point, I think the grid looks exactly the same as it did last night, because I was in 5th, Vitriscu's in 1st. I'm pretty sure it's similar. That's good. Got plenty of fuel to make it home. Only thing I've got to worry about is staying on the road and keeping the tyres good. If I can do that, it'll be sweet. Better. Only 1/10 off. Much better. Too much lost time there. I slid sideways a little bit and lost it. I was catching him. Let's try again. I lost about 3/10 then. 2/10 maybe. 2.5. That was better. Much better. It's a bugger not knowing where to brake there properly. First place is almost 30 seconds in the lead. Which is brilliant. Good on you, Madriski. You've done well, mate. But right now, I'm actually happy with where I am. broken spoke's way too far ahead for me to catch. 12 seconds. Got 15 seconds on Queensland Racer. So he shouldn't be able to catch up to me. All things being equal. I am catching broken spoke, but nowhere near fast enough to be able to catch him before the end of the race. He'd have to have an accident. But still, if I can get a 5th, I'll be happy. We've done very well to look after our tyres, look after our fuel, and race all the way to the very end. Another 209, that's perfect. Very happy with that at this stage. There's 2 laps now, 27 and 28, and we've got nearly 3 laps of fuel on board, so there's no fear of running out of fuel. Even if we go hard as we can on wearing out tyres. That was actually really good through there. Then we had no tyre square. It was nice and straight. The time reflects it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Tell you what, that was very close. Nearly lost that. Nearly 17 seconds in front of K-Boy now. So Queensland Double Race has been overtaken by K-Boy. We've got nearly 17 seconds on him, and we're still 12 seconds behind Broken Spoke. Right. 1 lap to go. Be good if someone up the front ran out of fuel on this lap. Don't think it's going to happen, but you get my point. It'd be a blessing for me. So 2:10.8, so we lost nearly a second on that lap compared to the previous lap, so we did a few things wrong on that one. Let's try and hold it together now. Finally, we cracked the 12-second mark. Too little too late though, sadly. Ooh, really broke it down to 10. I wonder if he's out of fuel. No, he's still holding 10 seconds. He can't be out of fuel. Just had a bad corner somewhere. I'm not giving up yet though. It's not over till the fat lady sings. Got to try and get the fastest possible time on this lap anyway, because it's where you come in the league, not necessarily in this race. So our first is across the line. Took that too wide. 1 lap of fuel left. Means I probably took on a little bit too much, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. 2:10.4, that's better. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I know it's a 5th. Might not seem exciting, but 5th in a race like that, an endurance race, is good for me. I'm terrible on the endurance races. I often crash, get bored. Today I've done really well. So, wow, that was fun. That was fun. My hands are killing me though. Alright. I want to thank everybody who's online watching, you guys, all the chat that's been coming through, thanks very much. Thank you for joining us again tonight, considering it's a second running of this race that was supposed to happen last night. Appreciate you guys being on board. Really thankful for the support, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. So tune in again this Sunday night. I don't even know what track we're at, but we're back in the Gr3s, so back in the faster cars, which is my preferred car. So join us, and I think we might be at Sardinia. I'm not sure, but join us and see where we end up next Sunday, either 5:30 or 7:30. Won't know till Sunday itself, and we'll see you then. Yeah, thanks Sandra, it was well done. I think 5th is a pretty good result after all the 28 laps, and considering I went backwards to, where did I go back to? 7th or 8th at one point, so to come back up and finish 5th, I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, so thank you guys, and I'll catch you again next time.